Hello, everyone. It's Rachel. Thursday. It is time for our IG live training of the week. And today we are talking about what I believe is the most important skill that you need as a coach. There are many skills that we use as a coach. There are many tools that we will integrate into our coaching. There are so many methods and philosophies out there that you can listen to, that you can follow along with. But when we peel back all of it, there is really one essential ingredient that you must bring to every single coaching session. And that is why I wanted to talk about this today. It is so important. It is so important because it makes the difference really between whether your clients leave a session getting what they came for or not. It is important because it is what is going to keep our industry from falling into the hands of those who are not really in it, I hate to say this, for the right reasons, but just in it to make a quick buck. And those of us who are here to really make a difference, to help change other people's lives. Hello, Miss Charmaine. And if you are here, you're here because, yes, of course, you want to make a good living. Let's be real. But really, at the core of your soul, your purpose, your dharma here on this planet is, I want to make a difference. I have seen the impact of what this work can do for myself. And it is my duty, I like to say, my soul's duty to now share it with as many people as possible. And too often I hear, oh my God, Rachel, there's so many people out there doing this now. The industry's flooded. There's no room for me. Literally, people, this is shit. This is crap. How can there be ever enough? There are 8 billion people on this planet, and there are so many people right now that are struggling with reaching and hitting and living what I like to say their best life. And when I say living your best life, that doesn't mean that life is always roses and butterflies and unicorns popping out of your head, right? It means that you're living the human experience, which means, yes, feeling the joy, feeling the pleasure, feeling the ecstasy that comes from those dopamine hits, right? From those moments where are just so incredible. But it also means living in the frustration. It means feeling defeated. It means hurt, sadness, anger, all of that too. And as a coach, it is such an honor to be able to hold space for people in both places, right? When they're in the high, when life is amazing and they're hitting their goals and they're living into what we like to say their best life, but also being able to hold space for those moments, those days, those times when they are in sadness, when they're angry, when they are frustrated. That is the gift of being a coach, is being able to hold space. And so what is the most important skill as a coach? I would love to hear from some of you. Drop in the comments what you think is the most important skill as a coach. And it's interesting because I threw this out there to a group this morning. I threw this out there to a group earlier in the week too, because I was curious what their thoughts were. And here's some of the things that I heard. I heard listening. I heard asking open-ended questions. I heard holding space. I heard being able to witness someone, which are all fantastic answers. Charmaine says holding neutral space for your clients, helping them gain awareness of their thoughts that are holding them back from achieving their dreams. Yes, yes, yes. Definitely, this is part of it, Charmaine. And what I want to say in all these answers, all of these things are so important. They are essential. But one word Charmaine just said is she said, holding neutral space. Neutral is the most important skill as a coach, to be able to be neutral. And I want you guys to also know being neutral as a human, I think, is also one of the hardest things to do. So being a coach, although it can seem like, oh, you just sit there and listen, that's got to be really easy. It's actually one of the hardest things that we can do as a human, because we're not wired to be neutral. We're wired to have opinions. We're wired to be triggered, right? To have experiences. We're wired from those experiences to have reactions. And when your client shows up and they're sharing with you what's going on for them, right? Yeah, right. Charmaine's fucking the hardest thing is, can you stay neutral? Can you not? And when I say neutral, that doesn't mean you're not being empathetic. It doesn't mean that you're not trying to understand your client's experience. You are on the most intimate level. But at the same time that you're understanding this experience this person is having, you as a coach are being very neutral, meaning you're understanding their experience. You can even validate their experience, but at the same time, you're able to see it as an experience that they're having. Now, yes, this experience might be hard. It might be awful. There are a lot of awful things that happen in this world. And I think it's okay to let people know, yes, I see you. Let me hold this beautiful space for you, but let me also be that neutrality for you. Let me be that person who can see it for you and see what you are saying without being in the experience with you, without jumping in the pool. That's what we mean when we say jump in the pool with you. So being able to validate someone, being able to listen, really be present and hear them, being able to honor them and their experience is very powerful. And being able to do this from a neutral perspective is what is going to help your clients move closer towards their goals. It's where you have the power to show them what they may not be able to see right now themselves. It's where you get to reflect back their own words. And then when they get triggered by their own words, that when you can stay neutral and not be affected by those words, it's how we stay curious, actually, and help them understand actually what's going on for them. And as Charmaine said, right, see what's holding them back. See what's covering up, filming up that layer that's keeping them from hitting what they desire, that goal. Because the truth is our human brains are here to protect us. They want to keep us safe. And they will go to the utmost extreme to do that. And that means that they will hide things from us. And it's not our brains are not trying to be inherently assholes. Let's be real. Our brains are doing it as a protective mechanism. And we cannot see when we're in our own stuff what is fully happening, the full picture. And the beauty of a coach, is when they're neutral, right? And they understand what is theirs, what is their clients, that they can hold that space for you and shine that beautiful light for you on your situation. Myself, this morning, I got coached by a peer, beautiful coaching session. So grateful for Julie. Julie, if you're out there, thank you. She was able to shine light on something that I was so in the thick of. I was so attached that I could not see in that moment how the situation was actually happening for me to help me get closer to where I want to be on my path. How actually it was a piece of my growth. So if you are a coach, The skill that you need to absolutely master, the most important skill, is this skill of being neutral. And it does not mean that you're heartless. It does not mean that you don't show up with compassion. It does not mean that you don't show up and sometimes cry with your client. It means that even in all that emotion, you're able to separate what is yours and what is your client's. Let me give you an example. One of my clients in my group today came with this question, a beautiful question. And the question was, what do I do when my client is responding to me with negativity? Let me tell you what happened. The client was coaching her client, and the client said, I think you're being judgmental right now. Whoa, right? As a coach, our egos, right? That goes against everything that we're trying to show up as. But the second she got in her head and started thinking, which we all do this, oh my God, I don't want to be judgmental. What does that mean about me as a coach? Oh my God, holy crap. Like, am I being judgmental? When we go down this place into this slippery slope, right? We're no longer neutral because we've just fallen into our own story, which we all do. So hand on heart, if you've done this, I've done this, right? But when she is able to stay neutral, when she can catch that and see, I'm being triggered right now by my own fear, right? Let me just put that to the side. Let me just stay neutral. What she can then be able to do is say, so tell me a little bit. Tell me about why you're feeling judged right now. Let me help understand it. That's not my intention. But when we're in our own head and we are not able to stay neutral, that question becomes unavailable to us. The ability to stay open and curious becomes zipped from us. So my friends, what I want you to hear right now, honing this, refining this, being able to do this, where you can literally witness your own brain in action, and then putting a moment, a pause on it, putting it to the side, and then being able to stay fully present with your client is such an honor and such a gift. And it is not easy. As I said, as Charmaine has said, it is not easy, guys. It is something that takes practice. It is something that takes repeated efforting, meaning you have to practice and get feedback, because sometimes we can't even see ourselves in this, doing this. But again, someone else can. And it is but it is one of the main reasons for what came to life, the Live Your Dharma coaching certification. So some people come to me and they're like, well, I'm already a coach, Rachel. Yeah, pretty much everyone in my program is. The purpose of the program is not to teach you necessarily new tools, new methods, although I have some in there that are new to some people, but it is to shine the light on your brain so you can really know at the depths of your soul your own stuff. So when your client shows up, you can see, when is this mine? When is this theirs? And I can stay neutral and I can coach them through it, even when it's coming directly at me. It doesn't have to be personal. Okay, my friends. So what is the most important skill as a coach? It is the ability, in my opinion, to stay neutral. Neutral and at the same time, compassionate. Okay? This is the fine line. We don't want to become cold, iceless individuals. We need to understand people's experiences so they can feel seen and heard. And at the same time, we need to stay neutral. So that is how we are going to help them move forward. If this is like, oh my God, yes, Rachel, I get it. It's making sense. I need some support with this. I need help with this, along, right, with wanting to see your own blind spots so you can put them over on the shelf while you're coaching your clients. I want to get feedback on my coaching. I want to refine and hone my craft, because I know in my heart of hearts, when I do that, everything else in my business gets to be so easy because clients become literally selling magnets for your program. I can tell you from personal experience, when you are really good at what you do, everything else gets to be simple. And part of getting really good at what you do is being willing to fumble, mess up, fall down, and grow those muscles and get back up again. And the best way we do that is through practice, through feedback, and being coached ourselves on our own blind spots. Being able to bring those challenging client situations to a call and having a space to navigate it through it, right? That is the beauty of being part of a group container. Having that support, there is nothing as magical as it, in my opinion. So I want to invite you today, if this is something that sounds so delicious to you, I want to invite you right now, go to the link in my bio. Click on the application for the Live Your Dharma coaching program. We start in November. I know it might feel like it's forever away. It is not. We start in November. We start with the kickoff event, the Live Your Dharma live event, okay? Amazing event, 3 days, in-person coaching, nothing like it out there. And then you can jump in. You can jump into the modules right away and start applying this work to your clients, because come on. Let's be honest. We want to be the coaches. I know you and me want to be the coaches out there whose clients are getting results. And if you're unable to stay neutral because you're a human and it's really fucking hard, let's be real, then you are going to feel out of integrity, and growing your coaching business is going to be so much harder than it needs to be. Okay, my friends, it's Thursday. We're all going to show up for ourselves. Here's your homework. Start just being more observant, being the witness of your own brain. It's one of the main reasons I am such a proponent of meditation, and I believe in its power as a tool, as a coach. So if you do not meditate, no worries. Today is your day to start. I want you to close your eyes for 5 minutes and start to just begin to observe and witness your own thoughts. This is how we begin to observe and witness our thoughts while we are in the coaching space, so we can start to cultivate that neutrality. And I have a special gift for some of you. I think it will drop probably tomorrow or the next day. I have a meditation that's going to be coming out. It is totally free that you can use pre-calls to help ground you. If you want that, DM me and I'll make sure you get a copy. All right, my friends. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. I'll see you next Thursday for another fun live.